Anti-government demonstrators have already gathered here in the French capital, with riot police using tear gas to control those crowds at the top of the Champs-Élysées Avenue near the Arc de Triomphe. The government says at least 481 people have been detained so far this Saturday, and 211 of them have been held in custody. Police have also found hammers, baseball bats and metal balls in the possession of these demonstrators. Well, France 24's Sandro Lutiens is following events for us in central Paris. He joins us now live once again from the Champs-Élysées Avenue. Sandro, tell us more about the situation where you are at this hour.
Well, Thomas, indeed, this is Act 4. Act 4 in classic dramas is the falling action. Not sure the action is actually going to fall here today on the Champs-Élysées, but it is much more peaceful than it was last week. Some small clashes erupting here and there every 15, 20 minutes, every half hour. But in comparison to last Saturday, it's very, very quiet, very calm, very peaceful. People, the Yellow Vest protesters, and there are many, over 1,000 at least, are just strolling down this avenue where all the shops are closed. This very fancy avenue that is today the avenue of the Yellow Vest protesters. You can see behind me the Arc de Triomphe. Well, last Saturday you could barely see the Arc de Triomphe. There was so much tear gas in the air. Today, the security perimeter works much better. The police has a different strategy. They are conducting very thorough searches, and the perimeter is very wide, which means that if you want to enter the perimeter, you cannot enter it with a mask, you cannot enter it with dangerous items, and that means that there are very few troublemakers actually who have managed to enter the perimeter and to start and provoke clashes.
But Sandro, we have already seen, as you were saying, some scuffles breaking out, and the government has reported hundreds of people, in fact, have been arrested.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is also a part of the strategy, today's strategy of police forces. They are detaining also people who have been detained in earlier protests in the past weeks, people who've come out just of metro stations around the security perimeter. They check them, they check their ID, and if they realize that these people have been detained in past protests, they detain them again. So this is part of them. And then obviously I'm not saying there are no troublemakers. There are troublemakers. Some people manage to enter with gear, and they are able today to provoke clashes with the police. This is also why so many people have been detained, but it's also because the city of Paris and the police forces, well, they really wanted to prevent anything like last weekend to happen again. Last weekend, when the Arc de Triomphe just disappeared behind the tear gas, where the Champs-Élysées, the pavement was destroyed, where this image and these symbols of Paris were just drowned in scenes of chaos. And this is also why the city of Paris has decided to close down many sites and many monuments. You cannot go to the Louvre today. You cannot visit the Eiffel Tower. It's not a day for tourists. Today in Paris is the day of the Yellow Vest movement.
Sandro Lutiens, our reporter there, amid the Yellow Vest demonstrators on the streets of central Paris.